Step number one is the secret magic formula to making anything work and sell anything, okay? Number one is you gotta have a good product to promote. You cannot make a good product or service, okay? Okay? You gotta exchange. Now, for those guys who are selling out there, and people that are out there, they're selling basically nothing. They're selling compensation. They're selling, Ponzi's, right? You join because you can promote the same message and get other people to join as well. Okay, but what's the product? No, there's no product. I mean, product is useless. Nobody would buy the product. Nobody would buy the product if you take away the opportunity, right? Never do that. That's bad. Okay, that's bad. I'm getting pitched every single day. I got at least, probably 5 opportunities right now sitting on my desk. People are like, "Hey, man, you should promote." Hey, I was offered a 7-figure signing bonus for one of the deals that, and I said, I'm not going to do it because I don't resonate with the product. I don't promote anything that I don't use myself, period. And I know I might be weird, but if I'm not using it, dude, I'm not going to promote it. Why? Because when I'm using it, that means I own it and I have something called moral authority. When I look at you in the eye and I say, get it, and I have full 100% moral authority because I know I have it, you know what? That energy transfers over. Does that make sense? So having a good product to promote or service is key for me. I don't promote, you're not going to see me promoting anything that I don't personally use and I didn't personally pay for out of my own pocket. I'm not getting comped for anything. I don't accept compensated products or like free positions into deals or like free review copy. I know some marketers out there, some gurus, they come to me, they're like, "Vic, I would like to promote your stuff. Can I get a free spot in whatever, can I get a free copy of your program or product, or get a free, membership into the 4%?" I'm like, dude, no, we don't do that because you have zero moral authority. You can't look somebody in the eye and say, and expect anybody to buy it if you don't own it. It's just crazy. It's just ridiculous, right? Number one, so have a good product. Number two, it's not a rocket science, but this is where a lot of people miss out. Okay, number two is you got to have a powerful system. Powerful system of promoting that product. Because guess what? If I have a product here, right? Let me tell you a couple things about the product. What I'm looking for in a product is I'm looking for a product to be super competitive. Okay, I don't need a product that has no competition, that nobody promotes. Why? Why would I promote something that nobody wants to buy or nobody promotes, right? I'm looking for a product that is good, that has a lot of competition. Competition is a good thing because what I'm going for is I'm not playing the competition game. I'm going to have a powerful system designed for domination. Those of you guys who are in my beta group, right? You guys know what we talk about. We talk about the D word, okay? Somebody tell what the D word is, okay? We're talking about the D word, man. Okay, we'll go for domination. And we don't worry about competition, okay? We don't worry about competition at all. I'm going to show you how in just a minute here, okay? Number three, I never promote the product directly, ever. Okay, if you guys are writing, taking notes down, never, ever, 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 ever promote a product directly. That's what your competition is doing. You don't want to compete. Competition, domination, you got it, Nina. Competition is great, but you don't want to be in that competitive pool, okay? Because you will compete, man. I don't want to compete, man. I want to dominate. You know what I mean? One time I was promoting a product. This is when I had my biggest breakthrough, man. It was 2010. And I was promoting a ClickBank product, a product that I owned at the time. I don't use it anymore right now, so I don't endorse it now. But it was a product by Charlie Page, great guy, director of e-zines. Okay, I think they're still around. I'm not sure how good it is or not. I'm not endorsing it right now. This is just what I did in 2010. So in 2010, I was promoting that product on ClickBank. I didn't have to create it. I didn't have to service it. I just promoted it for a commission, right? 50% commission, and it paid $100. Everybody and their dog was promoting that product, man. All the big name gurus, all the big legends, the names that you would know if I told you, okay, of the industry. At that time, everybody was pushing that product through syndicated content, through email marketing, through just blogging about it. I mean, it was crazy. Everybody's conversion was like 2% on a $97 product. And people were stoked, man. 2% on a $97 product conversion rate is pretty awesome, Well, what I did is I had this right here. And it was not anywhere as nearly as powerful as what we have now, in the 4% group. But I had a system, And I was getting 22% conversions as opposed to 2% everybody else was getting. And then I systematized the process, and I gave that process to this guy right here, who was a complete beginner. And I said, hey man, plug this to this system, see if it's gonna work for you. And it was duplicatable. Write this down. Systems work, people fail. Okay? Systems work, people fail. Let me take a look at the comments here. Make sure you guys are here, okay? And this thing, does this resonate with you guys? Okay, tell me if this stuff resonates with you. Yep. Let me see. I want to dive into this right here, okay? Yeah. It was 48-hour cash machine, Helena. You got it. Yeah, you remember it. Some of you guys made a bunch. I mean, some of these guys right here went on to to promote that product. They didn't have to sell, right? But they promoted a marketing system for the product, not the product directly, but marketing system for the product, right? And people who had never made a dime before, $300 a month, $700 a month, $1,500 a month, $20,000 a month. It was crazy. And then ever since that time, I always applied and used this principle, okay? Powerful system promoting a product. Now, then you need to have good, no, not good, okay? Good is not good enough. You need to have super targeted traffic. Okay? You need to have super targeted traffic. You don't need a lot of traffic, man. There used to be a big buzz, and look, I'm known as a traffic guy. I mean, I've since 2006, 7 or so, right? I made a conscious commitment and decision to become, per my mentor's recommendation, right? He says, look, Vic, traffic is the lifeblood of your business. You don't depend on anybody for traffic, dude. You don't. You don't want to depend on any one traffic source. You don't want to depend on any one traffic provider. You want to know how to dig your own well, okay, when it comes to traffic. Make sense? Because if I can generate traffic at will, okay, and I can convert that traffic into sales for whatever it is that I'm promoting, this is irrelevant, okay? This is important, but this can be anything as long as I believe in it, right? I can target, and so the formula for me is this. I use traffic, send traffic to the system, okay? And system promotes whatever the product I wanted to promote. Very, very simple. Now, up to this point, you guys, this is the formula that I have been using. If you've been following me around, for any period of time, you have seen me do this every single time. I never promoted the product directly, including my own. Okay. Now, when I teach this concept to a complete beginner, he would be like, "Dude, I get it conceptually, but how do I do this? Right? How do you do this?" Okay. Do you know how to create a powerful system that converts? Do you know how to structure it? How to program it, develop it, right? I mean, there are some tools that make it easier. Psychologically, what do you talk about? How do you position it? All this stuff. See, a complete beginner, I can teach him until the cows come home, man. But he will not be able to do it because it's information that he does not know how to apply. Okay, it's overloading him. Okay, make sense? So, what's the solution here? Okay, what's the solution here? Well, up until this time, if you applied this model, right, which works, which is exactly what I used, one thing that I did not teach, okay, publicly, because I know this would practically be impossible, but something that I was also applying, and I told you, every successful entrepreneur who is truly successful, those top 4%ers or top 2%ers or 1%ers, right, these guys have multiple streams of income coming in, multiple, okay? They can be, syndicated income streams. They can be something that they can recommend, but it's all synergistic and it works together. Now, what if there was a way for us to add step number 4 to this, super equation here, right? And where we add MSI, right? Multiple streams of income. Okay? Now, multiple streams of income. This right here, my friend, is something that's really, really cool because it takes this concept. This doesn't change, but it changes the whole paradigm. The how you market, how you do the business. It changes everything. Here's what it does. Okay? Here's what it does. If this is your bucket right here, okay? This is your bucket, and your income goal. Go and give me your Yeah, Bob Proctor talks about multiple streams of income. Yeah. Tell me, what is your income goal per month? Okay, we've got to have goals. You've got to know what you're going for. If you don't, you're going to end up somewhere. If you want more money, I give you a $1 more, you have more money. Okay, be happy, right? You got to be very, very specific. Okay, tell me, what is your income target income goal per month? Where do you realistically want to be? Not like I want to make $1 billion every second. Okay, that would be, I mean, you know, that would not be realistic. Although it could be. Right, but you know, I mean, from 0 to $1 billion a second, right? Obviously, that would be impossible. So 100,000, 5,000, million, okay. Buy a Lamborghini, 10,000 a month, 2,000 a month, okay. All right, some of you guys are 40,000, okay, 20,000, 10,000. So okay, so let me just kind of summarize. Let's be very, very simple here. Let's say it's 10,000 a month, okay. 10,000 a month. Let's say this is your income goal is 10,000 a month. This is your bucket, okay. Every single month you have to fill this bucket with rocks representing your income, your commissions, because this is who we are, man. We get paid for producing, okay? Now, yes, there is leverage, there is recurring monthly commissions and all that good stuff. I don't count that. I count that as a bonus, okay? Save that up for taxes, or save that up for going on your, you know, dream vacation or something like that. Save that up for, you know, whatever. But every single month, have a mindset of, you know what, I'm starting from scratch every single month. And this is how you can get big really, really quickly on the internet, is so you don't live based on your, you know, what you've done yesterday. You wake up today and your thought is like, how can I be awesome today? How can I better my results from yesterday today? Does that make sense? If you live by that, man, you will explode and you will rise yourself up to the top 0.5% in this industry with the right information, okay? So check it out. If this is my bucket, every single month I have to fill it up to reach 10,000 with rocks representing different income commissions, okay? A lot of people focus on these little pebbles, okay? They're getting $2 commissions, $5 commissions, that kind of stuff. You know, they're doing CPA marketing, whatever. It takes a lot of these little puppies, right, to fill up the bucket. Make sense? Some people focus on $100 commissions. Okay, I'm gonna get $100, okay? It takes about 100 conversions per month, or 100 sales to get your $10,000, right? Now, what you want to do, the fastest way for you to fill it up is you got to identify your big boulders. Let's say this is going to pay you, I know one of the income streams we have available here pays you up to $4,800, okay? It could be $2,000, but you know, it's a big chunk, right? You throw one of these guys in here, bam. See, you throw another one of here, $4,800, bam. You're almost at that, right? You throw another one, now you're overflowing. Okay, you see what I'm saying? 3 is a lot less than, you know, 50,000 of these pebbles paying you, or 5,000 of these pebbles paying you $2 per conversion. Make sense? Now, some people would be like, okay, I'm just gonna go for the big boys over here. And that's right, you can do that, but considering this metaphor though, if I throw just the big boulders in the bucket, right? Yeah, that's gonna get me to my goal, but I'm missing out on so much because look, there's going to be gaps, man. See this boulder over here, and then this guy's on the top. There is still gap over here. You see this, metaphorically speaking? Why don't I fill it up with commissions, dude? I'll be foolish, right? If I can, so I can have this thing be filled up 100%. Does this make sense, you guys? Okay? Make sense? So what I want is I want to have all of these 3 types of rocks going into my bucket, because those, I want the little pebbles, I want the smaller commissions, and then I definitely want the big boulders. And here's the thing, I want for this guy to be able to do this even if he is completely new, okay? How do I do this? There is no way in the world that he will be able to set it up by himself, or I guess, well, let me just trace it back again, okay? Very, 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 very few people who are complete beginners can do this and set up this to work in an ecosystem to where he doesn't really have to do much selling. It's not about just grinding every time. You grind to build something great, and then you want to automate it, right? You want to automate it as much as possible. So very, very few people in the world understand how to do this. The only way I can help this guy is if I can do it for him, okay? If I can do it for him. You guys agree with that? So what if I've developed a system that does that for anybody I want to plug this into, okay? That The only thing that he would need to focus on is he would need to focus on the 4% of this. First of all, it would remove the human component from the sales process, okay? But it would. This is what's called a success triangle, you guys, okay? It's not a pyramid, it's a success triangle, okay? He would focus on training, okay? The right kind of training. What does he need, really? What does he need, okay? He needs to focus on a handful of things. Number one is traffic. But he doesn't need to focus on the 96% of the traffic, stuff that's floating out there. Okay, he doesn't really need that. He needs to focus on the 4% traffic. Okay. Okay. Then he needs to understand how he got the conversion. Okay. Initially, okay, there is three things here. Okay, there is three things. There is marketing, training, and then there is something called mastery / freedom. Okay? Now, ultimately, he wants to be here. But see, the thing is like this. We got to go like this. We got to go this way, clockwise, okay? We got to go clockwise. We start from the left corner here because I can teach that guy, but unless he has the confidence to take the right kind of actions, he will run into brick walls, okay? Now, what I need to do is I need to plug him into something that will help him produce results fast, okay? So you guys, what we're doing right now, okay, is this right here is something called the 4% triangle, okay? Here's what we do. We said, you know what? We're going to take that guy. We're going to help him out as much as we can, okay? Let's see what you guys are talking about here. Can this be long-term? Absolutely, Sonia. Okay, I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you exactly how this will be long-term. Just a minute here. Okay, so check it out. Here's what we did. We said, look, we know what works. We tried it. We mastered it. We use it. I use it. All the big gurus use it. These kinds of systems, right? But for the average guy, it's virtually impossible. Okay, how can we help that? How can we help the guy? So we help him by, first of all, focusing on getting results. Okay, that's why we created the 4% group. We said, look, we wanted to have the 4% group represent an identity. Okay, we wanted to represent. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. But what we focus on is we focus on a few very, very key things. Okay, we first of all focus on marketing. Okay, and this is, first of all, in order for me to help this guy sell whatever it is that we're selling. Okay, and I'm going to tell you how this whole thing is structured here. But the only way I can help him is that if I can get him plugged in to a done for you marketing system, done for you sales system, if you will, okay, to where he doesn't have to present, he doesn't have to talk about the product, he doesn't have to sell the product to his prospects. Does that make sense? What if the system did that for him? Okay, you said, well, okay, what would be his part? Is this like buying a franchise? Okay, it's not a franchise model, it's not a business opportunity model, but this is what's called leverage, okay? It's called leverage. And so that's what we focus on, is we focus on helping him sell. Now, this done for you sales system, right? It already has good products that are identified, right? And that he doesn't have to worry about, okay, what do I promote? Okay, what do I promote? It's already done for him. Okay, it's really good stuff, legitimate products from other companies. It's not selling air, but it's done for you sales process, okay? Now, next, we focus on multiple sources of income for him immediately. See, if I can help him generate, I don't know, $100 in commissions, okay? Or $4,800 in commissions right here. Or I help him generate an extra $1,000 a month, okay? His confidence is gonna go through the roof. And then his skeptical spouse would be like, honey, I love you, I always knew you could do it. And then these guys be like, man, this thing really works. His confidence, now he can talk to people. When he now applies the trainings, by the way, as I get him plugged into the marketing and selling, I teach him the 4% traffic. I tell him exactly where to go and how to target the right kind of people that are already looking for what the system is selling for him. Does that make sense? So this is where his part comes in, but I get him plugged into the 4% training, not just the 98 or 96% of the garbage that's out there. See what I'm saying? So we focus on the handful of things, the good stuff, the healthy stuff. And then as the system is selling for him, I'm teaching him how it does and why it works so that he gets the concept. He's like, hey, I understand this because I now teach him the 4% conversion part simultaneously as he is getting results. You see what I'm saying? This is a big shift in our industry because nobody's doing this. You see what I'm saying here, guys? Okay? So then what we do? Okay, he's getting results, and now he's able to, get the cooler stuff, right? Now, as he's training, right, he goes on to become what's called magnetic entrepreneur. Okay, my handwriting is horrible, you guys. It's not about being fancy over here. It's about getting the message across, okay? So we train him, how do you become magnetic entrepreneur? What does this mean? It means that people chase you down instead of you chasing people down. How many of you love to chase people? Okay, how many of you love to just like nag people and, hey, you gotta join my deal, 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 right? No, man, you wanna have people come to you. That's the best way to do it. How can you position yourself? You don't do this. This doesn't come naturally, man. This is something that you acquire by doing the right kind of things, by getting the result. So you have the proof, you have the backup, you have the authority, right, in the marketplace. That's the only way I can help this guy succeed for the long term. Does that make sense? Now, this marketing side of things right here, right, it also allows him to to have something called sales and marketing ecosystem. Okay? And it gets him results fast. Somebody says, hey, is this a get rich quick thingy? Depends how you look at it. You want to get rich slow? Nothing wrong with making a lot of money, man. Nothing wrong with making, whatever it is you're selling. Look, if you're earning a commission by selling a real product, do you want to sell it slow? You want to drag your time? If you go to dentist, right, and you want to get your tooth out, do you want him to, there was a joke, one dude went to the dentist and the dentist pulled the tooth out in like 5 minutes, right? And the guy is like, and then the dentist presented him with a bill, and the bill is like, I don't know, like $500, okay? And the patient is like, dude, you crazy? It took you 5 minutes to pull the tooth out, man. Come on, you want me to pay you $500 for 5 minutes? He's like, brother, I could take 5 hours to pull that tooth for you, So that's what I'm saying. You don't want to. I mean, if you can get a result, do you want to get that result slow, or do you want to get that result by just like cutting down your time, condensing your time frames, right? Does this make sense? So all right. So this is one side of the 4% group, you guys. Okay, this is one of the things that we have. Now, we simultaneously teach people the really key elements, the 4%, all right, that really produce 96% or better of the results quickly. Okay, that's what we do. Now, as you go through this, your goal is to become magnetic, because that will lead you to becoming master, or to truly have your freedom, okay, to where you can promote anything you want to promote. You have your own well to drink out of, right, your fresh water to drink out of. You don't have to depend on anybody. You know how to make it work with any company, any situation, promoting anything, and you never ever have to depend on anybody for traffic, for converting the traffic for you. You become the hunted instead of the hunter. Make sense?